Hello there. In this video, we are going to learn two annotation which we are going to use extensively in our project, that is the @request param and path variable annotation. Now, why we are going to use this annotation? So we'll demonstrate it in our project. The first of all, where we are going to use request param. Request param is going to be used along with query string. Now, what is a query string? In your path, you may find a question mark symbol, such as this path where I am using a question mark symbol. So I can transfer data from my URL to the server using this query string. So the name that I'm going to assign would be greeting and the value is going to be high. Similarly, we can have multiple values that we can send along with this query string by using the ampersand symbol, and you can give any other name and value to that particular name. So here a key value pair is used to provide multiple data. So key equal to value, and if you want to add more, simply put and key equal to value. So this would be my key 1, this would be key 2, and this would be value 1, this would be value 2, and so on. So I will demonstrate how can we access this greeting value that is high in our project to give a simple demonstration. So that request param is used along with query string. So I'll open my previous project that we were doing. So in my online shopping project, I'm going to create another request mapping. And the value I'm going to assign it as test. Public I'm going to use the annotation @request param. So the parameter name would be greeting. Now what will be the type of this request param? That is important. So here inside greeting I'm going to send a string value. So for that I'm going to use string, and I'm going to say this is nothing but my greeting itself. Now we need to import this annotation, so Ctrl Shift O, and we need to return this model in view. So I'm going to copy this code, and because I'm going to use the same view here. So test, and this request param that would be coming in the form of query string, and the name of it would be greeting of that request parameter, and we are going to assign it in a variable called as greeting. That greeting we are going to pass here as greeting, and we are returning the same logical net, that is page, and it would be resolved, and ultimately our page.jsp will get displayed. So I'm going to restart my server. We'll check the console, and now I'm going to type our URL, that is http localhost online shopping and test. Okay, now you can see I have got an error, required string parameter greeting is not present. So it is saying that greeting is mandatory in your URL, then only it is going to display that page. So I'm going to put a question mark symbol here, and I'm going to say greeting equal to welcome to the world of Spring Web MVC, and press enter. Now you can see I'm getting that page, welcome to the world of Spring Web MVC. By using this type of annotation, the request param and the name, you are making it mandatory to provide this greeting in your URL. Just like here, if I remove this entire thing and press enter, I will get the same error. So how can we say okay fine, still display that test URL even if that query string is not available? So for that you need to change your request param, and you are going to specify value equal to greeting, and you are going to use another property called as required equal to false. So once you specify require equal to false, it does not make mandatory to greeting to be present there. So I'm going to do a simple check here. If greeting is equal to null, assign a default. So now if there is no greeting available in your query string, the default value would be hello there. Now if I refresh it, so now it is showing me the default value. Now if I put some value here, question mark greeting equal to welcome, it is showing me welcome here. So that's how you can use @request param annotation to get the value from the query string. Now we'll move on to learn @path variable. Now why we require this path variable? In order to make our project more SEO friendly, we are going to keep clean URL. So in clean URL, the greeting would become part of your URL itself. So I have test. Now I'm not using that query string question mark. I'm directly using /. So it becomes part of my path. So this after test, this hi, hello and welcome becomes dynamic. So how can I write code for this type of URL, or to handle this type of URL and get the value from the path itself? So for that I'm going to use the path variable annotation. So I'm going to copy it. I'm going to comment it out first. Now to make use of @path variable, first thing you need to use curly braces here. So these curly braces indicate that this path the value for this particular variable that I'm going to write, that is greeting, is dynamic. The value for this greeting would be dynamic, so it is specified using curly braces. So now I'm not going to use this request param. Instead of request param, I'm going to use path variable. Now since the path variable name would be greeting, so I'm going to specify it here as greeting only. Now it is giving me error because I have not imported, so Control Shift O again. So path variable would be available. Now greeting, string greeting and test / greeting. So this greeting would be dynamic and it would be available in our greeting variable for our method. Okay. Now if I run this project like this, test, and if I remove this question mark and instead use test / and if I write here hello and press enter, it will display me hello. Now what will happen if I put space and type hello world? It will automatically add that %20, the encode character, and it will display me hello world. And if I type welcome, it will display welcome. So I'm easily accessing that value from the path. So in our project we will be requiring to get the product ID or the product name from the path. We can use this @path variable annotation. So in my next video I am going to create a landing page and will try to load all the static resources, that is Bootstrap, AngularJS and images for my project. And since this is not part of our project, so I'm just gonna remove it. This was only for demonstration purpose. And Control Shift O to again organize all those imports. It has been done, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.